Alright, here we go. What we doing today? Multiplying polynomials. So, multiplying polynomials, you can do it different ways. You can do foiling, and you can do the box method. Personally, I like the box method better because it's something that you can do over and over again, no matter how long or how short the polynomial is. It could be a binomial, monomial, or trinomial, but you'll always use the same method every time. So, like I said, I like to focus on the box method. So let's look at the steps on how to do the box method. First thing you look at is, what are you multiplying by? If I'm multiplying by monomial, like I said, trinomial, or binomial, it might change, right? So that's the first thing you look at. Next thing you look at is, based on that, I gotta create a box for it. Then after you create that box, you gotta multiply your variables, and whenever you get whenever you get into the box, you get your answer, and then you might have to pull it out. So step 3 and step 4. After it's done, put everything together, combine like terms. So now let's look at a couple examples. So like I always tell you how to do, actually try to do the example first, and then pause me for a minute, do the example on your own, and then watch me do it, and make sure your answer is just like mine. So the first thing we need to do is we're going to need to create a box. So I got 2, and I got 2 here, 2 binomials. So really this is going to be a 2 by 2. So let's look at how we do this. So we're going to create a box like that. So the first thing we need to do is I need to put my x on the outside. I need to put my 2 on the outside. I need to put my x and my -6. Make sure you make this -6 out here. So when I multiply this, I'm going to get x times x is going to give me x squared. X times -6 will give me -6x. 2 times x gives me 2x. And 2 times -6 is going to give me -12. Now, in this situation, we could actually, there are like some like terms in here. So we need to look at this to make sure we look what's like, what's unlike. As you see, if you look diagonally, most of the time, not every time, diagonal ones are going to be alike. So let's look at that, put that together. So we want to combine these like terms together. So we get x squared minus -6 plus 2 gives me a -4x minus 12. This is our answer. Just that easy. So this would be a binomial times a binomial. Now let's look at another example. Our next example is going to be a binomial times a trinomial. So we need to have 2 on the side and 3 on the top. So 2 on the side look just like this. This is how our box would look. And we're going to put 2x there, our -3 there, our -2x, our -3x, and our -4 on the top. Now we multiply that out. 2x minus 2x, 2x minus 2. Let's start with the numbers first. Will give me a -4. X really would be to the first power, so x the first times x the second would be x the third. 2x minus 3x will give me a -6x squared. And then 2x minus 4 gives me a -8x. So one thing you want to pay attention to when you're multiplying your variables, you add the exponent up, it goes up by 1. When you multiply the numbers, of course, it would just be normal multiplication. So now 2x squared times -3 will give me a 6x squared. -3 times -3 gives me a 9x. And then -3 times -4 will give me 12. Now, like I said earlier, most of the time, the like terms are diagonal. So if you look at this one right here, these are like terms. And this one right here is also like terms. So when I bring everything together, we're going to do -4x to the third, -6x squared plus a 6x squared just turns into nothing. It would be 0. So I don't need to even put that in there. 9x minus 8x gives me a +x, and this would be a +12. So now this is my answer. We multiplied everything, and then we go back and look and see what like terms, and we bring it all together. That should be a binomial times a trinomial. this method, FOIL would not work for this method. This is why the box method is probably, to me, the best one to use. Now, next would be, let's go with one more example. This one right here, we have 3x minus 2 squared. When it's squared, anytime I have anything squared, I have 2 of them. And I'm multiplying those two twice. So this would really be 3x minus 2 times 3x minus 2. So how does this work? If I go back and make a box for this one, to be back to the same thing, binomial times a binomial. So that would be a 2 by 2. So what goes on the outside of this one? 3x right here, minus 2 right here. Of course, 3x right here, and the minus 2 right here. Then we do our multiplication, and we have 3x times 3x gives me 9x squared. Once again, added exponents. Minus 6x. And negative 2 times 3x gives me a minus 6x. And negative 2 times negative 2 gives me a positive 4. Now, what are like terms? As I said, the ones that are diagonal most of the time. And we'll end up with 9x squared minus 12x plus 4. Alright? So hopefully this helps you out for your quiz tomorrow. Like I say again, make sure, if you want to make sure you understand this, rewind all these examples, write down the problem first, redo them, and make sure you're following everything that I'm doing, and make sure you get the same answers. Alright? Y'all have a good one.